Nasarawa now and join our correspondents Lara Afolayan and Godwin Agwam, who've got so much updates to give us tonight.
Well, we would say, it's been a long day for us, and of course, we have moved into the night, and we are expecting that it will be a long night here at the state headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission here in Lafia. So far, 9 local government results have been announced, and from our results here that we have, the APC are winning in 4 local governments, while the PDP are winning in 5 local governments. One by local government for the APC, we have Kefi local government for the APC, the Nasarawa local government for the PDP, Obi local government for PDP, Kokona local government for PDP, and of course total local government for APC, and it is endless. The PDP so far has 5 local governments, the APC so far has 4 local governments, and the vote difference so far is about close to 12,000 votes. The PDP is in the early lead. But I can say categorically that there are some strongholds of the APC that are yet to be announced. Local governments like Away local government, like Nasarawa local government, we're expecting that results will trickle in from those local governments. Lara, we would say that this election is keenly contested. What do you have to say about what you are seeing so far?
Yes, it is, Godwin, and there's a lot of tension in the air right now. So far, like you said earlier, we saw 5 local government areas results being announced earlier in the day, and just this evening, 4 more results were announced. And these results have been characterized by cancellations in some area. In the Akwanga local government area, for example, we saw cancellations in 2 polling units, and one of those polling units happened to be in the hometown of the state governor, which is Gudi. And also in the Doma local government area, we also saw cancellations in 2 polling units, and the cancellations were as a result of thuggery in some places and overvoting. And so far, I think that as regards cancellation of votes, Kayana local government area has had the highest number of cancellations. We saw 7 polling units being cancelled in that local government area. And I also remember that one of the collation officers, the one from Doma particularly, alleged threat to his life. He was asked if that particular threat to his life affected the results, but he said no. And the commissioner of police, who was at the collation center, was asked to take his matter up. We saw a number of party agents also disagreeing with some of the results presented. Some of them alleged that in some local governments, one of such local government areas is the Akwanga local government, that the beavers were not used for accreditation in those local government areas. And I also remember one of them saying that contesting the results that came from the Nasarawa local government area, he said it wasn't correct with what he had. And the chief collation officer asked him to bring a copy of the results duly signed by the party agents, but he couldn't provide that. Now, that aside, another issue I noticed that characterized the elections in Nasarawa State will be what I will call voter apathy. If you take a look at the number of registered voters and you get to see the number of accredited voters and the total votes cast, there's a huge decline. And I remember that some of the voters that I spoke with yesterday at some of the polling units told me that the number of those who came to vote during the presidential and national assembly elections has dropped drastically. And you know, when I probed further, what could be wrong? And they alleged to the fact that it's the cash crunch situation, that a lot of them are not happy with the economic situation in the country, and it's their kind of way of protesting the situation. That aside, there's a lot of tension in the air right now. There's a close marking between the ruling party and the major opposition party. And results have been expected from 2 local government areas, Lafia and Karu. No, I beg your pardon. Yes, Lafia and Karu, that I believe that will change the numbers. And we're hoping that as the coalition resumes right now, the results from those 2 local governments will hopefully be presented.
Aside the 2 local governments in Lafia and Karu, we still have Away local government and Nasarawa local government, which I mentioned earlier, that is the stronghold of the APC, and of course results is yet to trickle in from this local government. And I won't fail to mention that it has been a tough contest so far. The local government of the governor was a very tough contest. The PDP, we saw the PDP winning that local government.
All right, thank you so much, Lara Afolayan and Godwin Agwam. But of course, at this stage of an electoral process, there can't be anything like a leading candidate. As long as INEC, who are the umpires, are yet to make any pronouncement, we can't call any candidate or refer to any candidate as leading.